What's going on, guys? My name is Luke Nichols. I'm the CEO of Vitalis Media. I'm a digital marketer. We work with e-commerce and info product clients, as well as a few other niches. But today, I have something really cool to show you guys. So I've been thinking lately, how can I deliver as much value as possible without being guru-ish, scammy, shady, whatever? So I know a common problem that I experienced myself. Honestly, anyone experiences this, and especially if you're a beginner in the social media marketing space, you will run into this problem a lot. So today I've prepared a presentation to show you guys how to get more clients, how I get my clients, and the law of force versus power. So if you don't know what that is, I'll explain briefly in this presentation, but this is going to be value packed. You guys are going to learn immediately how to go out and get yourself more clients and start making more money. So let's begin. So, introducing the concept, right? This is what we're going to cover in this presentation. We're going to cover, like I said, the law of force versus power. Secondly, we're going to talk about how to establish authority within whatever you do, whether that's consulting, coaching, SMMA, and another business. And also making clients come to you, not the other way around. This is a big key and something we're going to talk about as well. So guys, starting off, I have some laughable basic examples of what force versus power is, right? So I want to establish what this little concept is before we go into too much detail. So on the left, as you can see, you know what that is. It is a screwdriver, right? On the right is a power drill. This is an example of force versus power. Both get the job done, right? But one gets the job done in a fashion that is a lot quicker and a lot more efficient than the other. And most of the time, when you're speaking about efficiency, speed, things like that, you're going to be laying on power. So, second example, same exact concept. 1 horsepower is force. It gets you to point A and B. The Lamborghini Huracan is power. It gets you to A and B, but in a fraction of the time. Okay? So, you're with me right now. Remember this concept and understand what I'm trying to say, force versus power, because this is going to get more complicated and it's important that you understand what I'm trying to say. So, what are some examples of force versus power in your own agency? Number 1, outreach. Force example is manual cold email, right? So when I started my agency, I sent thousands and thousands of manual cold emails because I didn't know the concept of power, and this took a lot of my time and probably slowed my progress a lot. Compare that to the power method of outreach, which is organic presence, sending that traffic into a case study funnel or some other sort of automation. So the power example is automated, it's scalable, it's efficient, saves you a lot of time, and it overall is more effective than the force method. Client acquisition. You can either message your prospects or your prospects can come to you. One is force, one is power. The concept of power being efficient, better overall, and gets better results. And this is not so much as how to get clients, but this is a big one as well. Your service delivery. So the force method of service delivery is running ads for your client yourself, right? The power method of this is a team member runs your ads. That's scalable, more efficient, and can make you more money. So continuing on, now that you understand the law of force versus power and you get the simplicity and the actual meaning of the law that I'm trying to explain, now how do you use force versus power to get more clients for yourself in your business or your agency? So first, let's talk about the way of the force. Cold outreach, not a trusted advisor, and you're forcing your way into clients' lives. So obviously the force is what it says. You're forcing your way into clients, into business, into making money. It works, don't get me wrong. I've done it myself. There's thousands of other people that have done it. However, if you can flip this script a little bit, right? You can turn this around to where people are coming to you and you start to use power, you're going to be more effective. So does cold outreach work? Obviously, yes, it works. That's why people teach it. But I think a big reason that it is taught so much is you can make money off of teaching how to do cold outreach. The masses do cold outreach. Only a few people do these other methods that I'm about to show you. Is there a better way? 100%. If there was not, I wouldn't be making this video, and I wouldn't be explaining to you why you need to be using power rather than force within your business. So, introducing the way of power. How to use power in your agency. 3 steps, right? So I came up with this little presentation, and I decided on 3 steps that you need to achieve and reach in order to use power effectively in your agency. Step number 1 is to develop authority and presence. So without being an authority or an expert in what you're talking about and having a platform to get your message and your content across to multiple people, you're not going to be able to follow the rest of the steps. You're not going to be able to use power. So if you're familiar with who Sam Ovens is, Sam Ovens is a consultant, very brilliant man. He talks about building a platform for yourself and becoming an expert on your platform. That could be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And I'll explain more about that later. Number 2, systemize your prospecting process. So that's a mouthful, but this is a very important part in saving yourself time and getting the most bang for your buck as far as using power. If you're sifting through leads yourself, they're not qualifying themselves, and you don't have a system to turn them from lead to customer. Besides sales, the manual sales part is the part where you kind of can't really get around unless you hire salespeople, but then you're losing that personal touch. But that systemized prospecting process, like a case study or a funnel, is another major key in using power in your agency. And then number 3 here, use your results to make more money. I'll explain this later as well, but once you develop all 3 of these steps, it's basically creating a cycle that feeds itself, and the outcome is more clients and more money. So, like I said, step number 1 is authority and presence. So, in order to get prospects coming to you, you must be a respected and trusted expert. You can substitute the word expert with advisor, it doesn't matter, but people need to respect what you say. Your word needs to carry meaning, and they need to see you as an expert within whatever you're talking about, right? So if you're an agency that runs paid traffic, you need to be an absolute expert on paid traffic. You need to speak to people about it, educate them about it, and share your little tips here and there so that you're kind of teasing along the fact that you know what you're talking about, so people come to you and ask more. Also, like I said, you can achieve this by educating your audience, giving thoughtful criticism when needed, and helping your audience for seemingly free, right? So you're not doing anything shifty or trying to trick people here, but when you give free advice, a lot of the time you're able to reap rewards from that, right? You don't do it. Okay, let me take a step back. You do it to make money and to bring that benefit to yourself, but this is just another perk of giving value to other people. So, where are places you can do this? Here are 3 that are pretty obvious. I use Facebook groups a lot, right? So I'll comment on everybody's posts. I'll help them out. I'm in Facebook ad groups. I'm in ClickFunnels groups. I'm in SMMA groups, all these different things, right? A Facebook group is an awesome place to find a group of people who are very, very qualified because they wouldn't be in the group if they're not interested in learning more about what the subject of the group is, obviously. Social media, this is a no-brainer, and then YouTube or other channels. So if you have your own content, such as YouTube, or maybe you post a lot of content on your Instagram page, you're creating a platform for yourself where you can educate and be an authority and presence on that platform, okay? So this is what you are not to do, and this is what a lot of people try, and it completely just screws up this whole process of using power within your business. So don't spew random things as value. You don't want to just say a bunch of random shit and then be like, oh, I'm giving value to people. Like Gary Vee does this. It's completely stupid. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Secondly, asking people to check out your work, etc. When you give value, you are giving value. You're not, here's a little bit of value. Hey, come check out my work. Or hey, come check out my website. Or hey, let's hop on a call. Give value and let the rewards come to you. And then third, you're providing no value and asking immediately. So instead of helping people out or giving them value, you're saying, hey, let's hop on a call. Nobody's going to do that, right? Or at least nobody who is worth doing business with. So now we're going to talk about step 2, which is systemized prospecting. So now that you are an authority and you have presence. You're an expert. You've developed a presence and a platform for yourself. You need a way to systemize your prospecting and gather leads efficiently as possible. So what do I mean by systemized prospecting? You need to be able to create an automated system that employs the laws of force versus power. Like I said, there are multiple ways to do so, but here are some of my favorite. So this is where we start to get a little bit more advanced, but if you stick with me, I promise I'll explain everything. So here is an example. This is my actual case study funnel, one of my case study funnels. This is to get high-end aesthetic medicine practices. That's a great niche. Don't go flood my niche because I'm telling you guys about it. But it's a very high-ticket niche. It's easy to get results, and I would say I'm an expert as far as getting results for this niche. So I built a case study funnel to get that point across. So this is just the landing page. They'll opt in, and then they get sent here. So this is the actual case study page, whatever, showing actual ads that we ran, how we generated $30,000 worth of potential patients with this one ad, yada, 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 whatever. The whole point of this is when they watch that 20-minute, 30-minute, whatever it is, case study video that they can't skip, they're qualifying themselves as a good lead. So I'm not wasting my time emailing a bunch of aesthetic medicine practices because first, one, they get that 1,000 times a day, and it's hard to come through and stand out. I mean, you have 1,000 people in your inbox, right? Number two, if they're coming to you, that script is flipped, and it's a lot easier for you to sell when someone wants what you have, not when you're trying to force what you have down someone's throat, right? And three, they're qualifying themselves, like I said, and they're a good potential prospect because if they watch the whole video, they're obviously interested, and they're obviously disciplined enough to watch that video and then book a time with you here. So it took me about a week to build out this case study funnel and run all the paid traffic to it and all the back-end emails and everything. But once this is built, it's a system that is in place that I don't really touch besides managing the ads, and it brings me a consistent flow of qualified leads that are worth anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So this is what a systemized prospecting process looks like, and you guys should definitely implement this as soon as you can. The only caveat being you need results to really build a good case study. So like I said, this funnel prospects for me, it qualifies leads for me, it makes me look like an expert all on autopilot. A funnel like this takes the traffic from you posting value and turns it into qualified leads. If you post, let's say, in Facebook groups, and you give a lot of value and you're genuinely doing things like you should, and you set up your profile like a lead magnet, and they get sent to this funnel from your profile, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Or you can run paid ads to it in order to scale even further. Like I said, I did paid traffic into mine, but if you're strapped on cash, you can't really run paid ads to that funnel and spend thousands of bucks to acquire a customer. Then you can just do it organically and it'll work as well. So I want you guys to compare this method to the force method we spoke about earlier, that being cold email, cold calling, cold messaging, basically anything cold, you're forcing your way into potential prospects' lives. So that was step 2, systemized prospecting. Step number 3, I don't even really need to elaborate on this one because it's so simple. Once you get authority and presence in place, you get some leads coming in, you get some meetings, and you close some clients from your systemized prospecting. Your results, if done properly, will make you even more money and bring you even more clients in the form of referrals, case studies, proof, testimonials, whatever. The better you do for your clients, the more clients you will get. It's common sense, but I promise common sense isn't that common, especially when there's a lot of SMMA nerds or whatever you want to call them running around cold calling, trying to run Facebook ads, right? You have to do things differently. And if you do things like this and you run your business the way you should, it's going to handle itself and you're going to create this cycle, whatever it's called, that is going to bring you more money over and over. And all you have to do is cycle it back through. So, like I was saying a little bit earlier, you need to flip the script, okay? Instead of you going to your clients, you need to get your prospects coming to you because it does a couple things. One of the best ways to immediately be seen as an expert is when a prospect comes to you, right? It's basic human psychology. If you ask for something, such as their business, you are immediately seen as inferior. But if you flip it around, right, and they're asking you for something, you have then gained the advantage. This is not saying that cold outreach doesn't work at all, right? It does, but this is more efficient. I think this is a better way to do things. That's the purpose of force versus power. Force is inferior, power is superior. You are trying to become the presence that people come to and the authority that people come to for help, not the other way around. So, guys, that's about it. Honestly, this force versus power principle and the processes and systems that I talked about in this little presentation are what helped take me from where I was to $20,000 a month. Okay, literally, I dropped out of college. What month is it? It is March. I dropped out of college less than a year ago, and I'm already making more money than my professors. Whatever, right? What I want to offer you guys, I'm not selling you a course. I'm not selling you anything. You can do one of two things. If you liked what I talked about in this video is going to be on Facebook and YouTube. You can do these two things. Either shoot me a message or comment below the video or above the video, whatever, if you're interested in speaking with me about possible one-on-one coaching. I'm not selling coaching to make money, and it's not free, but I'm doing it because I want to get some students, and I want to help take them to $10,000, $20,000 a month. That way I can use you guys as a case study. So you're helping me, I'm helping you as well. The second thing, if you sign up for my email list, I'll put the link somewhere below this video, or if it's on Facebook, you will have to probably message me for it. If you sign up to my email list, you're going to receive free trainings like this all the time. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm literally just going to give you guys free value to help you grow your business, change your lives, and make more money. So guys, that's all I have to say. I hope this helped you. Like, obviously it will help you. Helped me get to $20,000 a month. So if you apply these principles to your life, to your business, and you get out of the way of force and you start to push yourself into more of a power position, power method, whatever, it's really going to change your business. It's going to turn things around. So see you guys.